Hey, Coach.
Hello.
From
Hey,
your
Vince, can we turn up a little bit?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Hold on.
Yeah, we got you.
Okay.
All right, we're good.
From your perspective, what are the biggest differences between the playoffs and the regular season?
Well, you have an opportunity to play a team 7 times. You get a chance to adjust after the first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth game. You can make adjustments. And teams are gonna know everything you're doing. You know what you're looking for out of timeouts, what you're running. You know your first, second, third option. So it's about execution. You know, it's about executing, getting to your spots, owning your space, and then being able to execute when you need to because they're gonna know everything you're trying to do.
What about in terms of play style? Is there anything that like works in the regular season and doesn't work in the playoffs, or vice versa?
Well, usually the game slows down. There's not as many fast breaks and transition points. You know, you have to be able to execute in the half court, which we've been pretty successful of, all season long. So the game slows down. Won't be as many, fast breaks. Hopefully for us, won't be as many turnovers. So the game slows down, and you get a chance to lock in, and you got to be able to execute against teams' half court defense.
Thanks.
Go over to Mark Medina.
Hey, Ty, good to see you. I was wondering what stands out on how you think Kawhi and PG have been as leaders this season. How does that compare to last year?
Well, the biggest thing is they're both, been pretty much healthy, especially to start the season and be able to go through training camp and go through the 2 days that we had and be able to set the tone early. I think it was big for those guys. I think, our players be able to see them every day, not just on the sideline and, especially not being able to participate. That was a huge step for us this year. And I think with Kawhi playing back-to-backs like he did this year until late in the season was big for us as well, just showing that he wants to win, he wants to be there for his teammates. That was a huge step forward for us.
Thanks. Go over to BT.
What's up, Coach Ty Lue?
What's up, Broderick?
Everything is good, man. I think you misunderstood my question yesterday about pressure. I mean, obviously, we know you've won 2 NBA titles as a coach. I mean, as a player, one as a coach. You came one down with Cleveland, went to the NBA Finals 3 straight times. I guess what I really wanted to find out is I know how you deal with pressure. We all do. How do you view your team, your players now understanding where there's inherent pressure to win the NBA championship? How are they dealing with that as a group?
I think, the biggest thing with me, BT, is last year was last year. We have a different team. We have a different formula. We've done things differently. Our team is healthy. We made some changes, so we're a totally different team. And that doesn't necessarily mean we're going to win a championship because of that, but we're in a different place. Was to win a championship. The same goals we had last year, but we have different players. We have a different mentality. We have a different style of play, and so I don't see pressure. For the players, I think, some pressure to me is just something totally different, BT. And like I said yesterday, it's growing up where we come from as kids and, not knowing where you get your next meal from or if your lights or water are going to be cut off and, if someone's going to get shot on the next block over, like that's pressure to me. So, playing the game you love and you compete for a championship, just go out and play and go out and hoop, give it your best, play hard, compete, and then live with the results. But when you don't play hard, you don't compete, and you don't bring it every single night, those are things you can't live with. So I don't see any pressure. I think our mindset's totally different from last year, and we're ready to go.
Thank you.
Thanks. Go over to Law.
Hey, Ty, how are you feeling this afternoon?
I'm good.
Good. When it comes to physicality, something that you've kind of harped on often this season, you've been unhappy with the team when they haven't displayed the appropriate level of toughness or physicality. And for last year's Mavericks, I think the takeaway for a lot of folks was they didn't have a certain level of toughness or physicality needed to win that playoff series. And they're going to come out trying to establish that or at least test that from you. So how do you prepare your team to get ready for not retaliation, but knowing that they're trying to up the ante the second time around?
Well, for me, I think, our team, our mindset, just playing through the officiating. There's going to be some tough calls. There's going to be some physicality. You're not going to get every foul call. And that has to be our mindset, and with them bringing the physicality, we invite that. We want to do the same thing. So we're not going to shy away from it. just because they tell me they want to play physical or be physical, we're gonna have the same approach. So we're gonna be ready for that. So the biggest thing for us is just staying composed, keeping our composure, and playing through the officiating if we don't get calls.
Next, go to Ohm.
What up, Ty? Kawhi, I just asked Kawhi about what's the difference this season, the feeling with this team going into the postseason compared to last year. And he said he feels confident in the unit, but it's really this time now, it's about what's between the ears. He talked about how much are we going to be willing to sacrifice to win a game. I was wondering, when he says between the ears, what do you think of as far as basketball IQ that you really need to see from this team in the postseason?
Just following the game plan. The game plan we put forward, just making sure we follow to the best of our capabilities. And if we have to make adjustments, we will. We don't have a problem making adjustments if it's not working. And so I think he just understands that mentally we have to be focused and locked in on what we're trying to do on both sides of the basketball. And as far as sacrifice, like you gotta be willing. Some game you might start, you might not start, you might play 25 minutes, you might play 6 minutes. The playoffs is a totally different season. It's about matchups and how you're playing at the moment. So that's what he meant by sacrifice as well.
Thanks, Ty.
Thanks. We got time for one more. We'll take from Miriam.
Hey, Ty. In regard to some of the new pieces that you guys have, like, what does it do to have, like, obviously Kawhi's won a title, but to have Serge and Rondo on the squad now too, and sort of, as far as focus and being locked in, like, how can they help their teammates kind of understand?
It's been great, just having those guys with championship experience and, coming to our team. And like I said, it's a totally different team from last year. So it's hard to really compare, So having Rondo, having Serge, having Kawhi, 3 guys that won championships. PG's been to the conference finals. Marcus been to the conference finals. Nico's played in the playoffs. So we have, some new guys that have won and been there and understands what it takes. And that's huge, when you're trying to go for a championship run, to have those guys with those kind of accolades behind them.
Thanks, Coach. You have yourself a great rest of the day.
Thank you.